I do want to understand what is kind of the breadth of the CRM functionality. Some CRMs are really good for prospect nurturing, and others are really bad. Those same ones are really bad at client success and fulfillment. So we've got all these variations in the industry. And since this is more of on the lead gen side of the equation.
I think the most important thing to understand is that Vortex is really a marketing platform, and it's not meant to replace a CRM. In fact, while there's some functionality in there, and there's a lot of people that refer to Vortex, they're like, your CRM. And I go, I wouldn't classify Vortex as a CRM. I think a CRM has certain functionality to be considered a CRM. Like what you're talking about. If you're talking about client relationship management, CRM, I think that automations and campaigns is a big part of that. Vortex doesn't have like drip campaigns and automations and things. I think, and like you're saying, I think there's also this idea that it nurtures, and it should also help with client success, transaction and document management. I should be able within my CRM to be able to hit a button and send data to a lender so that they can see, here's the information that you need that I already have. So you're right. I don't know that there's one out there that I'm like, that one's awesome. My brokerage used Boomtown for a while. I think Boomtown did really, really well with the transaction management, but the nurture side, I don't think as well. Now my brokerage uses Follow Up Boss, and I think Follow Up Boss is fantastic at exactly what's in the name, the follow-up and the nurture, but then the transaction side, I think lacks. But here's, I think, an important distinction to understand about what Vortex is. Vortex lives in the space between I don't know somebody and I do know somebody, where I do know somebody to I transact with somebody, I think is where your CRM is supposed to live. And so we're in that space that's, look, we want to help you find people that you don't know, and we want to help you turn them into people that we do know. And there's a few reasons for that. So let me just show you here real quick, like our integration with Follow Up Boss, for example, and we're building a whole bunch of other integrations right now that work similarly. A bunch of our clients are like, hey, I just want to take all the expireds and dump them into Follow Up Boss. But Follow Up Boss is like, we don't want you to do that, because if you're doing email blasts and you're texting and doing all this stuff from Follow Up Boss with unverified data, that's really bad for Follow Up Boss if their email deliverability rate is down. Totally. And agreed. So Follow Up Boss is, we don't want you to dump all the data into our system. We only want verified data. And so when we built our integration, we built it with that in mind. So we're looking at a canceled listing right now. If I was prospecting to this person, I would use Vortex to verify the data. So I'd be making the calls and having the conversations. And as I communicate with Kevin Grimes, for example, I can then add it to this contact card here. And my goal ultimately is, yes, I want to build a relationship with this person, but I've got to verify some of that data. So if I make the phone call and I verify that it's Kevin and I verify that he's the homeowner, then I can add him to this contact card. So I'm like, okay, I've got a phone number, a name, I've got an address, and maybe this is the phone number that I called him on. Once I have enough verified data, then I can add him to Follow Up Boss. But prior to that, the button's not even available. Nice. So I can go, okay, I've added him to Follow Up Boss. And when I come over here into my Follow Up Boss, then he exists inside of my list of people. There's Kevin Grimes. And I can even do stages and tags and that sort of thing, so that when he gets pushed over, it puts him in the right place. But I can't do that until the data is verified. So the whole idea is Vortex really works to supplement your CRM, whatever one you're using. Mm-hmm. And we're in the process of developing some other features that are CRM features, some nurture functionality and the ability to text and email video like BOM and things like that. But ultimately, what Vortex as it exists right now is about getting you in touch with people and verifying it's the person you want to be with. And then typically you take it and you'd push it over into your platform. Because we don't have, like I said, we don't have drip campaigns. We don't have the ability to automate the communication.